I'm so excited right now because I am walking towards my tour where I am going to hike Volcano Pacaya, Pacaya Volcano. It is still hot enough that there is actual warm molten lava. I heard that we'll be able to actually roast marshmallows on there because of the heat of the ground. It'll roast the marshmallows. Like, what? Also, I've never hiked a volcano before, so this will be great. And it's not a long hike. I believe it takes, from what I've heard, like about an hour and a half up and an hour down. So it's something that pretty much a lot of, you don't need to be top tier fitness to be able to do. And yeah, views as well as just the excitement of being on a volcano. It's also a half-day hike, so that makes it really easy because, like me, I've already had stuff I had to do in the morning, so it makes it easy. 2 p.m. I think we're back around 6-ish, something like that. 7, yeah, we'll see. All right, so I am now at Mount Pacaya. It's a national park. We're here at the Welcome Center and we're gonna take this hike. All right, so right now we are starting the hike. We're about 6,000 feet above sea level and we're gonna make our way to 7,200. It'll be well over 1,000 feet more than the highest elevation I've ever had in my life. You can ride these horses right here and the price is 250 quetzales. You know, even if you don't think that you need the horses to actually make it to the top, for some people they do it just because it's fun. You know, it's not that expensive. 250 quetzales comes to be around $35 more. So for some people to get that, to just enjoy themselves going up and down, well worth it. So in total it comes out to be around 7 kilometers round trip. There is one path that you take on the way up, and to get back down you could decide to take that same path or you can go a different way. Very similar to Acantenango. The first first 2 kilometers, that is the hardest for people. Has to do with, you have very quick elevation gain. Once you get past that though, it's kind of like much more smoother and you should be good. There are parts as you go up that start to get a little bit steeper, but nothing more than like, I don't know, I want to say like a 15-degree angle. I'm really bad at estimating that, so don't take my word for it. But, you know, it's nothing that will put you out of breath. Might make your legs a little bit tired, but yeah, I'm doing completely good. I'm not tired whatsoever, but that's because I feel like I have experience climbing up hills, kind of, you know, not necessarily hiking experience, but at least kind of in terms of like lower body strength. So for somebody that, you know, may not have that, might be a little more difficult, but still, I think very, very doable for the average person. Also, our guide has the marshmallows in his bag, so we will be going and roasting them on top with the molten rock lava from the heat from it. The views that we're getting hiking up this are actually incredible. Like, I am loving every single part of this because we're walking up and we're looking to the left and we are seeing views of expansive landscape. Like, it goes on and on. It's unfortunately a really cloudy day out. There's also some smog in the air because of recent wildfires that have taken place here, unfortunately. So that's made visibility a lot smaller. Normally as we get towards the top, we're actually able to see Guatemala City in the distance, even though we're 60 kilometers away, but it's still, you're still able to get great views. Normally, way off in the distance, you can see Volcán de Agua, Volcán de Acatenango y Fuego. However, unfortunately, yeah, because it's such a cloudy day, we can't see that, but still, these views, incredible. Right now, we see 3 different towns, also towns that rely on the tourism around the volcanic areas, but agriculture, huge thing as well, but also, yeah, manufacturing. So right out there, we have Laguna de Calderas, and some crazy geological information about that is it was formed when a volcano collapsed due to an eruption way back when, and the lake that it has produced, it's not even that big. Like, it's honestly, like, you could just consider it like a big pond if you really wanted to. but at its deepest point, 100 meters deep, over 300 feet. That is absolutely crazy. It's also completely fresh drinking water and serves 12 different neighboring communities around here as its main source. I love how when you're hiking up, it's literally just like a canopy layer of trees. I mean, you have so many just trees to your right, so many to your left, and then straight above, it's just trees covering you. It makes it really cool. It's almost like a tunnel that you're walking through. Check out this flower that grows right here. I mean, just the bright red, but look at this. It almost looks like it's like a hand with claws. To get to Pacaya, it's actually well over an hour drive from Antigua. It took us about an hour and 15 minutes, but the drive itself was actually pretty nice. We got some great views and we went through some of the towns as well. So the small community that is outside of Pacaya, San Francisco, the main industry actually is the tourism for Pacaya. A lot of the people here will be selling drinks, selling food for the climbers, and as we already saw, the horses, and they also will rent you walking sticks. So without people coming to Pacaya, I don't know how this small little village would be able to operate and be able to make a living, especially as we've seen so many places, at least I've seen in Guatemala, that is struggling developmentally. So here, at least we have a tourism boost. I can't imagine how this community survived during COVID. When nobody was coming here, nobody was traveling at all, especially to Guatemala. So what do? Because they're isolated. It is a very isolated town. As I already said, it's over an hour outside of Antigua. So how is there an influx of money? So it's difficult to see, but right there you see that green looking thing within the trees, and that is actually an electrical plant. Yeah, manufacturing, which that's a trend all throughout Guatemala, but here it's manufacturing of electricity. 250 megawatts that it produces, I believe that's what the guide said, and it produces energy for pretty much this entire area. It's one of 2 different locations in Guatemala. The other one is by Acatenango, and the reason they have that is to be able to get electricity to these remote villages that really rely on the tourism coming to these hiking spots. In the local town though, for the people who aren't involved in tourism, 40% work in agriculture. So that's producing avocados, producing bananas, producing coffee, just so many different things. So going back to my question about kind of what happened during COVID, at least there's that industry still going. One thing I find really cool, and I'm probably the only one that finds this really cool, is that every step I take, you know, it gets 1 step higher for the highest elevation I have ever been at. Right now I'm around 6,700 feet above sea level. My previous all-time high was just recently in Yosemite National Park, where I was at 6,000 feet of elevation. That was when I went up to Nevada Falls along the Mist Trail, and oh my god, I had literally the most incredible videos. It was gonna be so good, and I lost everything. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to show that to you. The last stretch of like 3-4 minutes that we did was probably the most difficult part of this so far. It was almost like, you know, you're climbing up steps. It was that much of an incline. With the video that you're seeing right now, it doesn't look like it's much, but trust me, it's more than what it looks. If you have hiking shoes, I'd recommend wearing them just because the ground isn't compact at all. So you make a step, especially when you're going uphill, it, you know, with the ground, the dirt and gravel, it kind of slips. But also, wow, we're at like the cloud level right now. Like, that is really cool. You can't see anything because it's literally just the cloud. Yeah, so when you're going, because the ground's not compact, you make a step and your foot slides down, whether it's you're on just the dirt or the gravel. But then again, I'm not wearing hiking shoes. I'm wearing literally these, and you know, everything's fine for me. You know, slipping and sliding a little bit, but overall, we're good. And just like that, not even an hour and a half later, we are at the quote-unquote base camp. You see, it is just molten rock from previous volcanic activity, ranging from anywhere from 2010 to thousands upon thousands, maybe even millions of years ago. So this is really cool. You can't actually hike all the way up to like the summit of Pacaya, mostly because there's no trails, and like, you know, doing that would be a little dangerous. The fact that it's all just black rock surrounding me, and then the view from the top, even though we don't have a view today, which like kind of like annoys me a little bit, but I think also is still like kind of cool because it's showing that we are really in the clouds now, because now we're about, what is it, 7,500 feet above sea level, the highest I've ever been in my life. But imagine what the views would have looked like without any clouds. But regardless, this is still great. Again, even though you can't really see because there are clouds coming in literally right on us, that right down there, it's literally just molten rock, like cold lava, and it's just like a charcoal black. It is so cool, because maybe also because I've never been on a volcano before, so I've never seen anything like this, but just that it's pure black, just stretching out far, and then this way, because the clouds, again, you can't see actually Pacaya, but you walk up that way to the summit, again, you can't walk there. But I also love how all of this black, and then I turn around and just look at now all this greenery behind me. This is so cool. And then more of the color contrast, the blue sky. Oh, I hope that because there's blue there's no clouds, and that maybe some of the clouds will disappear, because I can see it with my eyes, but I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. But wow, it's unbelievable. Maybe so you can comprehend it better. You see how this is like kind of like a grayish black? It's that, but like 5 tints darker, and that's what it is all over there. Once you get here, you feel the wind a lot more. I mean, you could see that my shirt is going a little bit with the wind, and it might get a little chilly, especially if you're coming here during the rainy season. When up here, you'll feel a lot of mist, and the weather will be slightly cooler. Right now it's March. We're kind of like at peak season in terms of humidity, hotness. It's hard to tell, but way off in the distance, we have Volcán de Agua towering over the clouds. Imagine what it would look like if it was a clear day. Whoa, wait, the clouds went away, and you can see the summit of Pacaya now. Oh my god, this is so cool. And wait, now you can see the molten rock that is just all throughout. Do you see all of this black? All of this black is just volcanic ash. Like, this is what we came up here to see. It is incredible just how it's nothing but black. Oh, I'm so glad that I was able to get this on video, and we were able to see the peak very quickly. And the hike down, oh my god, it is so much more slippery because you're going with gravity. So as the rocks are going down, you're kind of going down with it. So yeah, hiking shoes if you have, but if you don't, hopefully your balance is not terrible. Also, be prepared for dirt and rocks to fill up your shoes, and for your shoes to be, you know, rather dirty once you're done. Okay, wait, this is epic. Now we are going to be walking down to the actual molten rock lava, and apparently, yeah, the heat from it is there, and we'll be able to roast the marshmallows. Okay, as we're starting to walk down, this just becomes cooler and cooler, because before at the top we just saw it just looked like black, but now we can actually see how the rocks have formed, and you can see them at a much more clear spot. It's so cool. What are the rocks that come from volcanoes. Are those igneous? Are those? I don't know. I don't remember much from when I took earth science, but that doesn't matter. This is absolutely epic. I've never seen anything like this. Okay, we're down at the bottom now, and this view is so awesome. Like literally right here, all the volcanic ash like that I'm holding right now, and of course Pacaya. Oh my god, no trees because obviously it came from molten, lava flow, but then I turn around and you have the greenery. I mean, honestly, like, I'm at a loss for words right now. I didn't expect it to be this cool, this captivating. Like, this is epic. If you're in Guatemala and you have the time, do the Pacaya hike, because especially if you haven't seen volcanoes before, you're not gonna regret this. Okay, this is so cool because right now we're going through the trail that is cutting through, and everything to the right is the molten lava, and everything to my left, and now the clouds are covering Pacaya. So I feel so fortunate that I got that, maybe like 5-10 minute window where you were able to see everything, because it's back to being how it was before. Okay, wait, this is so cool that there are some spots that you see the actual smoke rising up around. I'm gonna try to get close to it to be able to show you. I really hope the smoke is faint, but I think that the camera might be picking this up. It's so faint, but if you put your hands very close, you can feel the smallest amount of heat actually coming up, which, even though it's so small, I mean, that's so cool. And the fact that it's able to roast a marshmallow, like, wow. So now we're hiking up about 200 meters more, and we're gonna get to another peak where we're going to see the sunset. I feel like I was very fortunate with my tour because it was me, 3 others, and our guide. That makes it so much more enjoyable than if it was like a group of 40 of us. Okay, wait, this video that I'm getting right now is so cool because look all around me, it's just white. Wait, it looks like right now that there's like, that this is edited, that I'm like having a white backdrop, but no, it's literally just all the clouds because we are in a cloud right now. I've never experienced this before. This is wild. And we're still making our way up there. Look at the way that the cloud is just going so fast. This is awesome. Hey, what are your names? Where are you from?
I'm Julia. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm 20 years old.
I'm Marissa. I'm from Canada, near Niagara Falls, and I'm 24 years old.
And I'm Dawn. I'm from Jamaica, and I'm 39 years old.
What has been your favorite part of Pacaya so far?
Definitely the 7 marshmallows that I got to eat, roasting them out of the volcanic ash.
This part right here.
Oh yeah!
This is honestly my least favorite part, is watching you walk around next to the edge.
Ah, dude, stop.
Oh my god.
When the clouds clear, then we could see some of the volcanoes.
Right. Honestly, I don't know how we're gonna see the sunset with this. I mean, like, everything that's behind me right now. But regardless, hiking up this 200 meters more has made the experience so much better. Like, being completely serious, I'm finding this the coolest thing. Yeah, I found Pacaya so fascinating, how it was just the rock lava everywhere. It was just black going as you go all the way up the volcano. But honestly, this is my favorite part. This is not edited whatsoever. This is literally just the top. We are in a cloud right now. This does not look real. This is crazy.
Oh god, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm about to, if one step, I'm about to tumble to the ground, and that's at least some broken bones. Just all clouds I think this is the best sunset I have ever seen. Just look at the way the sun's coming down with how orange the sky is lit up with the yellow. Nothing beats this. If on the way up you struggled, going down is so much easier because you are just going with gravity. And normally going downhill on concrete can sometimes be difficult because you have to really work out your hamstrings versus your thighs. But here, because this is where the ground being very slick comes to your advantage, it's almost like you're sliding. In terms of elevation gain and altitude sickness, I didn't feel it at all. I don't know if that has to do with the fact that because I was already in Antigua and that we were only going up about 1,500 more feet, so my body was already acclimated to it, or the fact that I took an altitude sickness pill this morning that might have helped. But yeah, don't worry about that if you're doing the Pacaya hike. Okay, so overall, this hike was absolutely awesome. So it started off with very nice scenery as we're making our way from Antigua to Pacaya. We went through some of the towns which we were able to see very much how the locals lived and the locals who live in smaller communities outside of Antigua in more rural Guatemala. And then we made our way up. There were parts that for the average person can be a little challenging, definitely. If you need a horse, definitely get a horse. Or if you just want to ride a horse for fun on the way up, that's definitely an option as well. I found walking up so cool because of it was like you're going through the path and it's like a canopy layer, how there's trees to the left, trees to the right, and then it was over you as well, so you look up and you see trees. And then when you get to Pacaya, wow, the view of the molten lava, that was so beyond cool. And of course the views as you were walking up as well to actually along the trails to get to Pacaya. And when you actually walk down to get to the level where there was the molten lava, being able to hold those rocks. And although it wasn't a clear day and we couldn't really see far, I think that adds so much more to the experience, honestly, because we were at the cloud level. You saw the clouds, how we were literally, like I was literally inside of it, which was awesome. On the way back down, so much smoother than the way up, so much quicker. And yeah, if you're in Antigua and you have multiple days, this is a tour I would definitely recommend. And I just want to give a special shout out to my tour guide, Marvin. He was incredible and I am so thankful.